Malignant is James Wan's newest horror film and stars Annabelle Wallis, and tells the story of Madison suddenly paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities. Now, in all honesty, I wasn't really anticipating this movie. I figured I would check it out because why not? I'm a fan of The Conjuring. I haven't really seen much of James Wan's other horror work, but because I'm a fan of The Conjuring, I figured why not? Let's check it out. And I'm kind of split down the middle on this one. First thing I want to touch on right off the bat is the fact that James Wan is still great in the director's chair. He directs his film very well, and I like how he directs his horror films in his own unique way. The shot compositions and camera angles that he chooses are particularly very unique, and I loved what he did in the director's chair this time around. Annabelle Wallis is good, but not particularly great, I would say. I think she does a good job, but I didn't love her performance, didn't think it was the best thing ever. It was good for what this movie was going for. For the first two acts, though, nothing really stood out to me in the entire film. I wasn't invested, didn't really attach onto any of the characters, and didn't honestly enjoy my experience thus far. Honestly, the biggest positive I can give about the first and second acts is that there's this really cool scene involving a detective and the mysterious villain that I did thoroughly enjoy. The sequence takes place over multiple scenes, and like I said, James Wan does very well in the director's chair, having you tag along in this long chase sequence. The score was also great, but aside from that, I really just wasn't all in the first two acts. The movie is awfully campy and a bit too campy for my liking. To my surprise, though, the film does do a quick 360 and did turn itself around within the third act. The movie gets absolutely bonkers with some crazy ass kills that literally had me screaming, "Oh my god," multiple times. It's the kind of oh my god that you want to look away. It's so disturbing. But for horror fans, they will absolutely adore it. And I appreciate that James Wan went totally crazy in that third act. If it honestly wasn't for that third act, I probably wouldn't have really enjoyed this movie as a whole. But because of that third act, it did save it from being a total dud for me. And for some reason, they try at jokes, but they never hit. None of the jokes hit. There's probably 3 or 4, none of them hit. And again, I didn't love the first two acts, but the third act is so crazy and off the wall bonkers that it's hard not to enjoy. While the third act can't completely make up for the first two acts of the film, the wild atmosphere created by Wan does work in some cases, and this is a film for horror fans to absolutely feast on. I'm going to give Malignant a B-. For the very standard expectations that I went into this movie with, I wasn't overly surprised, wasn't completely let down. I do think that James Wan does have another hit on his hand. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, do give it a like, subscribe, and make sure to turn that notification bell on to get notified whenever new videos like this go live. I got a ton more reviews coming up, so definitely make sure to keep your eye out for that. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.